Okay, let's get this straight. I am the woman who used to be so numb in my body that intimacy to me was completely revolved around when I would bring my toy out to have my 2-minute finish quickie during it. Now I'm the woman who doesn't even want toys during intimacy. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but I don't even want them because of how fucking profound, what I feel and experience in my body, because my body is open. What I feel, I don't want toys to interfere with that. I am also the woman who was so numb in her body that I struggled with pleasure and desire, all of that. Now I'm the woman who, bear with me here, this is going to sound crazy, has experienced fucking heartgasms, has experienced my O energy from self-foot rubs. Yes, I know this is crazy when, you're yet to experience this, and the old me would have thought the same, but I am the woman who also used to try and push and make things work because I knew I was here for big things and big impact and, big leadership, but I could never get there because I was always pushing and hustling. Now I'm the woman who softens and opens, is in my full truth and expression, and I magnetize and cultivate more than ever before because of that. I tell you this because I am no different from you. I am no different. I am simply a woman who got to a point where I was done settling. Like, it was no longer an option for me to settle and stifle me, my voice, my expression, which is my pleasure. That's where your pleasure comes from. When you are open, fully speaking your truth in your radiance, in your feminine power, fully open in your body, your heart, that is where you feel and experience the most profound intimacy. I am a woman who chose to claim this for myself. I didn't sit around waiting for a man to decide that I was worthy of that, to give that to me. I didn't sit around waiting for this to magically happen. I chose this for myself. I chose to do the fucking work, to be in devotion to me. Yes, I still sabotage. Yes, I still have moments of blah, blah, blah. Of course, I'm human. But overall, I am committed to me. To me, first and foremost, before anything. Because everything in my life, my pleasure, what I, create and cultivate in business, my relationships, everything is an extension of me. And if I don't choose me, I just realized how dirty that back window is when I looked at that. If I don't choose me, then who the fuck? I'm sitting here waiting for someone else, the world, to choose me when I'm not even choosing me. I raise the standards. When you become the woman who chooses herself and chooses devotion instead of complaining and whinging that you don't have what you want and waiting for someone else, maybe this relationship will be it, and fuck. That woman who walks into a room that you cannot take your eyes off, and it's not even necessarily what she looks like. She is just fucking radiant and oozing. That woman, I can tell you right now, didn't sit around and wait for a man to give that to her, for a man to awaken her body or anyone else. She chose herself. She set the standards and taught the world how to respond to her. She is cultivating from her feminine power, her feminine magnetism. She is so alive in her body and so turned on because she claimed her pleasure as her own. She stopped waiting for the world to give her fucking permission to shine and to speak her truth and use her voice and be in her highest expression. She stopped dimming herself and stuffing herself in a box, and she chose to become that version of her that she's always felt inside. That is how I went and continued unfolding over the years. It was an instant flick of a switch when I decided, yep, okay, I'm doing this. But it was a gradual unfolding, and every year, every month has just continued to blow me away. It's incredible. I'm committed to evolving and growing and learning, but committed to me. And, there's this whole notion of feminine is, discipline and feminine don't go together. Bullshit. Discipline, to unleash this within you, it's the discipline of devotion. To be disciplined enough to put you as the priority. Disciplined enough to create beautiful pleasure practices for yourself. Disciplined enough to speak your truth when it's scary, when the fear is there. Disciplined enough to follow your desires, to start that business, to lead, to do whatever it is that your feminine essence is calling you for, what you know you are here on this planet for. That is the discipline that you need to unleash this version of you. That is how I went from the numb version of me, the version of me who was just screaming at the fucking world to try and get the world to listen because I couldn't even tap into this within me, to the woman who was just, I speak, I am in my truth. Those who are drawn to me on the same frequency will come to me. The men, the clients, the women, the friendships, all of that. And in this place, this devotion to me, this is where I am just, alive with pleasure and ecstasy that I came here for.